Well, hey folks, it's your old pal, King Waspinator, and welcome to the 12 Days of Krampus. Now tonight, we're going to start things off with a little movie review of a hit comic book feature film,
Wonder Woman!
But sir, why do we need porno secrets? Ugh. They do have the best production quality. And making our own would be great money for our country. Yes, sir. I will breach US borders and steal their secrets to beautiful porno movies. Yes, as you wish. And I will send my very best man, Malika Salam Jafar. I assume you heard conversation.
I did, sir. What would you have me do?
fucking mustaches.
I always knew that your ridiculous knowledge of American porno movies would help us someday. It's time. Time for you to rise to the occasion. Saddam wants secrets to American porno productions, and you will make sure he gets what he needs.
Yes, sir. But why? But what would you have me do?
But why? Because our leader says it will bring great money to our nation, that's why. You will breach US borders. Alone. You will do this by infiltrating the source. Chatsworth, California. Huh?
Chatsworth. But I know nothing of this Chatsworth place.
I want you over there and relaying back information to me by next week. Now go. Oh, and Malik.
Yes.
Try to act American. Use their silly fucking accent if you can, okay?
Howdy doody. Yes, sir.
Oh dear, you've done well bringing this man up here. Your job is done. Go play and be merry. There's fresh aphrodisiac fruit in the common area. Go and have some fun. Dear, didn't you hear me? Run along.
But Mother, he's hurt. He's going to need a nurse. Can I just stay with him?
My love, you're a princess, and it's enough that you already had to find him stranded on our beach. Let me take care of him.
But Mother, I've never seen a man before. Please, just let me be his nurse. Please.
We also started this island so that women can make their own choices. As a princess, you're well aware of your rights. Just be careful.
Thank you, Mother. I promise I'll be very careful. I just want to study him. To learn.
Just be careful. I know you're very powerful, but you have yet to learn the capabilities of man.
So, why are the Amazon women in Chatsworth again?
Oh no, this is an island off the coast, and his plane crashed
Oh, I see.
on the way to LA, because there's a hidden island
Ah.
off the coast of California.
Ah,
I guess
of course.
probably like near Catalina or something, would be my
Right,
guess.
yeah, naturally.
States?
Please relax. You've been unconscious for 3 days. Please, you need to just take it easy, okay?
I need to be in the United States. I must go.
Yes, but right now you just need to take it easy. And you need to eat. And bathe. Please, just stay right here. I'm gonna go get my mother. She's the queen. She'll know just how to take care of you. Just please, stay.
Okay, here's our first actual action sequence, which has nothing to do with anything that we just saw.
It does not.
Instead, it's how they're introducing the next two characters, which
I
is
see.
like some sort of government agent guy here, and I think she's either his secretary or a porn producer. It's kind of hard to figure that out on my first viewing of this movie, but I was a little surprised at the direction that Warner Brothers was taking with the action here.
So she's either a secretary or a producer.
Yeah.
Doesn't that change the power dynamic of
it does radically, but see, they don't let you know any of that ahead of time anyway, so...
Right.
You don't even know that the guy works for the government. He could be in, like, Rage Against the Machine with that tattoo.
Right. Yes. Don't know who these people are or why they're grappling in such a way.
I do commend them, though, for, you know, actually using practical special effects instead of overly relying on CGI and pyrotechnics to convey the action.
Yes.
So, that's good.
That's always good.
I guess if there's one, like, elephant in the room about this movie so far is, what on earth is up with the Iraqis? You know, this was produced in a day and age when, you know, like, having white people play Arabs with a little bit of makeup was okay. I mean, like, Rob Schneider and Don't Mess with the Zohan, he was a good example of that, you know.
Yeah, it was fine.
And I was a little surprised, though, you know, with Warner Brothers being as much into, you know, like, wanting to promote, you know, diversity and social justice like the other studios, that they would, like, cast like they have been in this movie so far, so...
Yeah. Well, with the mustaches, though.
Is that cultural appropriation? It's like an unemployment graph.
It's not really enough information on the sidebar to...
Yeah, what the X and Y axis is supposed to be symbolizing, yeah. And maybe it's global warming, and know how at the end it starts to, like, skyrocket as carbon emissions go up, but for most of the history it's flatlined. Like,
sure.
It's basically, yeah, she's, you know, for those of you at home, obviously, you know, we don't want to get copyright struck by showing a full-length Warner Brothers movie, so we're cutting out all the action sequences for your safety. And right now, she's like showing this guy some ice drilling core samples so that they can help fight global warming. Because it looks pretty cold in there. And
It looks really cold.
Yeah, and they could use some global warming maybe.
They're definitely going to warm up the room.
Her skills as an orator are definitely apparent. Obviously took some public speaking classes when she was in college. Be curious to find out if she was a secretary or like a woman of power or a WAP. I think that's what the Cardi B's WAP was. She's just talking about women of power.
Well, she seems to be in control of this situation.
Yeah.
She seems to be handling it really well.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's like the thing that was critical about, you know, when they put this Wonder Woman movie out. They didn't want it to be like some sexist, exploitive kind of Wonder Woman like they would have had back in the 80s, or the, you know, what's her name from the 70s? Not Linda Hamilton. Linda Carter, yeah. Not at all like the Linda Carter Wonder Woman series where, you know, it's just all tits and ass bouncing around. This is showing women in positions of authority, taking control over the guys underneath them. Although, like, I guess in this case right now, they're kind of equal to each other, you know. Like, neither one is, like, taking the dominant position over the other one. They're on an even playing field.
I feel like they should have put some kind of padding down there. They were going to be...
Well, I remember you say you're curious to see like what kind of set design they had in this movie when I was telling you about it. So like,
Yeah.
you know, what are you thinking so far? I mean, what did you think of Themyscira, the wondrous and exotic island of the Amazons, where...
Seemed nice.
Okay.
Sunny.
Yeah.
Warm. It's white curtains.
Yeah, white curtains are good.
It's a good plan.
I liked all the doctor office decorations. You know,
Yeah.
you had a big X-ray thing on the side of one wall. It was pretty cool. It's very accurate to what ancient Greek islands were like. It really made me feel like I was back in ancient times, hanging out with the Amazons.
I don't feel like this is set in ancient times.
No, it's not. It's set in modern day.
Just reminiscent.
I was a little surprised upon seeing this that the plot line for the mainstream Wonder Woman movie is that she's stopping Iraqi terrorists from stealing America's porn secrets. That threw me a little bit for a loop. I thought it was going to be set during World War I or something, but like maybe people were going to get confused with the first Captain America, first Avenger movie.
What do you do with a porn secret that makes it a terrorist act, though? Are they really terrorists, or are they trying to...
Well, they're terrorists clearly because they're from the Middle East, so you can't get around that. And they're coming to America. There's nothing not nefarious about that, especially with those mustaches.
I mean, if you're going to paint everyone from the Middle East as a terrorist, then
Not everyone.
I don't think it matters what kind of a guy you put the
Like
mustache
if
on.
they're wearing like a swanky low-cut shirt where you can see their chest pubes, and they had like some gold chains on, then you know they were the cool Persians, that they're just here to go clubbing and maybe do some cocaine.
I see.
But these guys are clearly up to no good, Nick. So.
All right. Well, I
Also, like, I'm not saying that like that. I'm saying this is Hollywood's portrayal of these people, and that's why it's problematic. And I'm a little shocked
yeah.
that this is the direction that Wonder Woman chose to go.
It's pretty stereotypical.
Especially having a female director, you'd think she would have known better, you know.
You would have.
And to just grossly stereotype a whole group of people as porn-hungry spy terrorists.
They just can't make good porn. They need our porn secrets. But
Well-
how is that terrorism? I don't know.
Well, okay,
It's a
like-
plot hole, I think.
I mean, the guy specifically said it was the secrets to like America porn on top of. So it's not just porn secrets, but it's how Americans make porn. So like, what are the like uniquely American like porn tropes? There's always a lesbian scene in every movie. Like even if it's billed as being like perfectly straight, there'll be lesbian shit in it. Like the dudes are like all really dumb looking. And it's largely because they have these, like, insanely oversized, picturesque penises. I mean, like, obviously, like, you know, for this kind of acting, you want to be able to see the action and the fights. You want to be able to see the guy strike the blow with his fist when he goes to punch the woman repeatedly in the guts. And,
Yeah.
but, like, in real life, that's like, horrifically monstrous. And,
Yeah.
you know, she'd probably have to be hospitalized after
Nobody
this.
wants that. Mhm.
But that's also why it takes a special kind of woman to be able to, like, you know, do this.
It sure does. She knows how to take a punch.
Mm-hmm. But, you know, it's just, like, the women are all just kind of plasticized looking. Actually, so far, like, you know, there's actually a pretty natural looking lady in this. And the casting for Wonder Woman, I was not very top heavy, you know, like a small breasted petite figure. You know, it's actually pretty progressive and reassuring. Like, one thing I noticed from having reviewed other porn parodies is, like, the girls are just, like, all fake boobs and fake lips. And,
Right.
You know.
Unnaturally jiggly.
Yeah.
We want the natural jiggles.
Yeah. When I was younger, the artificial things seemed cool. Like, every pair of tits was perfectly perky. But as you get older, you actually become to appreciate the nuance of a good actor and the performance and the range they can give, kind of a thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Kristen Stewart just doesn't, you know, hold out over time. And as you get older, you want a Meryl Streep. And this is definitely a Meryl Streep right here in terms of her acting. Look at that. You can really tell she's in the moment. She did a lot of research on this character to like really get into this headspace right here, and it's paying off, paying dividends.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think she's doing a good job.
There's no
Don't
Kate
know if she
Blanchett.
put quite enough work in. I don't know if she put enough prep work in. I mean, we had no context or setup for who these people are.
That is a major flaw.
So, but I feel like I know more about the guy than I do about her.
Yes, oh fuck indeed.
That's just not comfortable. That just doesn't look fun for anybody. I don't know why they would do that.
Well, I mean, fight scenes in movies have always been unrealistic. I mean, you know, like no one's gonna like jump a motorcycle up a fucking ramp onto a helicopter and then jump off the motorcycle into the helicopter, punch out the pilot, and maintain control of the helicopter. That's not gonna happen, and that's kind of the equivalent of what's going on here. I will, though, still say practical effects as opposed to computer-generated graphics are the way to go. It makes it a lot more believable what's going on. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if it was like Baby Yoda in this scene. That'd be terrible. I mean, just imagine if it was Jar Jar Binks in this scene.
That might be a better use of Jar Jar Binks, honestly.
Misa! And now he's giving her the package.
Oh. Well, you know, it seems like that could have been done in a more expedient fashion.
Yeah. Oh, he should have used FedEx. Alright, well, another big, overly long Hollywood action spectacle.
It's a bit anticlimactic.
It's just like Avengers Infinity War all over again.
Now, my sweet piece of candy, what were you going to tell me?
Well, sir, the other day our radar picked up on an unidentified aircraft heading straight for Los Angeles shoreline. Upon tracking the aircraft, it had disappeared from our radar.
Why wasn't I notified of this immediately?
Well, that's what we can't figure out. The men are working on it diligently to find out the aircraft, sir.
Well, obviously they haven't found anything.
Well, sir, we do know that if it were American aircraft, that they would have avoided those areas because they would have known that it's common for aircraft to disappear. But this tells us that it wasn't, and that it's somebody probably trying to breach our borders.
Well, with that assumption, I assume you sent out a search party.
Yes, sir.
Well, keep me, involved in all developments.
I will, sir. I will.
All right, well, adios.
All right.
Miss Candy, please tell me you have good news.
Sir, I think your guy went down. I haven't much time to talk. They're looking for him now, but there's not much hope. They usually don't find people when these sort of things happen.
Fuck. I guess I have to do everything myself. Fucking okay. Hold tight. I'll be there as soon as I can. Until then, you keep your mouth shut, Candy. Ugh.
Back to Talamasca. Or Themyscira. Running Mascara. Whatever the name of the island is.
You go fetch some food, and I'll go take care of them.
Someone give that bitch a pearl necklace.
That would look nice with her ensemble.
Yeah.
Mother, come quick. The man is awake.
Great. You go fetch some food, and I'll go take care of him. Who are you? Where did you come from?
Look, ma'am, I don't want any trouble. I was flying my plane and I lost control, and now I've awoken in a strange place.
Well, where were you going?
Well, I'm afraid it's classified. I cannot tell you.
Well, my daughter has gone to get you something to eat, Mr.
Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith. Look here, Mr. Smith. I don't know who you're trying to fool, but I won't have any of that on my island.
Well, I guess I'll just have a little bit of your food, take a bath, and I'll be well on my way then.
Indeed.
How did this altercation start again?
Well, clearly she must have figured out that he's actually a spy from Iraq, trying to sneak into America, and so, you know, even though the Amazons keep themselves shrouded from the world, they still believe in freedom in the American way and all that, because they can receive television signals, and they're big fans of hee-haw, and that's why they all wear Daisy Dukes, and and so she just wanted to make sure that this guy's secured and not going to be a threat to American security. I mean, this is basically like some Guantanamo Bay shit going, because they're offshore on an unofficial black site. She can torture this guy however she wants. I mean, look at him. He's on his knees in pain.
Well, don't know if he's in pain. He seems like a blunt object. She could kind of hammer away at it for a while, and
maybe they're good. Maybe this is one of those fights that it's because, like, you know, it's like when Daredevil and Elektra first meet. And the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie, and at first they're like antagonistic, but then they ninja each other so well that they fall in love.
Right.
So like maybe at the end of this fight, she's gonna be like, "I love you, Iraqi man. I give up."
Okay, but where's Wonder Woman?
He sent her to go get food while she's looking after this guy after he woke up from his coma.
I see.
And so Wonder Woman's making like a nice Caesar salad.
And she's just attacking this guy.
Yeah. It breaks out. But, you know, it's Wonder Woman's mom, so it's best that Wonder Woman and her mother are not both fighting the guy at the same time. So since we're seeing the Queen of Mascara, you know, taking on this spy all on her own, like, do you think this is a good example of Hollywood's trends for depicting strong female characters? I'm saying for certainly this is much better than Captain Marvel.
Definitely better than Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I think she's handling it really well.
The acting is not very wooden, that's for sure.
It's not.
Well, at least not on her part. The guy's acting's a little wooden, I must say. But
I think
actually, it's very wooden.
I think he's a little taken aback in this scene. He doesn't really know what's happening, and he's just kind of...
I wonder if he's like new to the craft, because he seems just kind of stiff. Like, seeing her in the role of Queen of the Amazons just seems like a bit of a stretch.
It is a bit of a stretch, but when you see the action sequences, you can understand why they cast her. I mean...
Yeah, and once again, compliments to the lack of CGI, practical effects, and the actor and actress in this instance are doing their own stunt work. She's putting herself in high risk. She could, like, she's at risk of some serious internal organ damage right here.
Certainly.
She's, like, showing her vulnerability. But by showing her vulnerability, she's going to overcome and win.
Yeah.
Yeah, by overcoming.
I feel like she knows that.
Yeah. She's done this before. She's clearly experienced in the art of combat. You don't get to be Queen of Mascara unless you're a badass bitch.
You do not.
But like, so like, what are some other good like strong female characters in movies in the last 5 years or so, since it's become such a big thing, that you think were actually good examples, or like what are the bad examples?
Here's the problem with, I don't think like that. Which ones were the women? Like, what movies came out in the last 5 years?
Ghostbusters 2016, that was supposed to be empowering. Suicide Squad, or not the Suicide Squad, but the sequel to that with Harley Quinn and her lesbian friends.
Right.
Captain Marvel, obviously, that was a big one. Pretty much anything with Charlize Theron.
I mean, her role in Mad Max was a good, powerful female.
That was probably one of the better, like, mainstream attempts to have, like, actual feminist messaging in a movie, I'd say. Yeah. Where you actually are sold on it because you actually see the women as being virtuous and that the men as actually being villainous in the context. Unlike The Last Jedi, where the Admiral Holdo just comes across as a bitch the entire time, and if she's supposed to be in the right, and you're supposed to admire her for her, you know, feminism, then shouldn't she have been written in such a way that you feel that way as an audience member? She doesn't come across as antagonistic.
Yeah, that's what you should be.
Yeah. So
those characters were not well written.
Yeah. Did you ever see the new Ghostbusters?
Yeah, I did.
What did you think of it?
I don't know.
Not knowing is the beginning of wisdom.
You know, it's one of those movies where
they're queef jokes.
It's kind of funny and it's kind of Ghostbusters-y.
Yeah.
You like Ghostbuster stuff, and then some of it's like really stupid. And then you smoke more weed so that you can watch the rest of it. And by the end of it, you're like, yeah, okay, that was a movie I watched. It wasn't...
Good God.
Yeah, she's still
not quite as like over the top as the last one. They're pacing themselves because they don't want their stamina to run out, and
they are pacing themselves
a bit better.
Yeah, and they do look slightly more comfortable in their moves.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like this is just an excessive use of action sequences.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with all comic book movies.
I think they probably have learned something through the experience of pummeling one another.
I know I'm learning something.
Wow. I didn't think this was going to end this way. From the beginning.
Hopefully we are reaching the climax of the sequence soon, though. Because this has dragged on a while. I mean, we've edited this down a bit for, you know, our viewers out there. This fight, the one fight scene right here has been 25 minutes, and the one in front of it was like 24 minutes and some odd seconds. Like, they way lean into the action.
And in such a small and close space.
But, you know, to be fair, she's leaning into the action, too, from the looks of it, so...
Yeah, they do seem to be enjoying creating these fight sequences.
So now that we're at the end, you can definitely see, like, you know, like the attributes that she brought to bear to, you know, be able to star in a big budget film like this.
Sure, yeah. I wish you could have seen some of those attributes more clearly throughout the earlier parts of the sequence.
Oh, best shot in the movie right here.
Well, what about your food? I think that he's had enough to eat, dear. Now listen, that man is up to no good and I want you to follow him.
Follow him? But Mother, I know nothing of the United States but what I've read in books.
It's time you learn, Princess. I think that you and your powers will do well there, starting with that man. Now you haven't much time, so hurry.
Yes, Mother. But when will I know to use them?
Oh, love. You're mighty and you're wise. You'll know what to do. Now hurry. I love you.
You look stunning tonight. Is that what you're going to wear to the club?
Yeah. You like it?
I most certainly do.
Do you want to see it closer?
So, what do you think about my underwear?
They're so nice. Yeah. Can I see what's underneath them?
That would make this a perfect sequence. Right.
So as many people would know, Wonder Woman 84 is about to premiere both in theaters and on HBO Max. And apparently, some news that came out earlier today, the day of the recording of this, that Warner Brothers is just going to dump pretty much all their movies that they have currently in the can that are supposed to be coming out through 2021 straight onto HBO Max. They are also saying that they will get theatrical release, but there's not exactly a whole lot of theaters, and some theaters might not want to exhibit movies that are also being shown on the internet at the same time. So,
I mean, sure, your Alamos will try to do it. Your movie/eatery combos will probably try to survive. But regular movie theaters, you're gonna go there for some overpriced popcorn and risk death when you can have that on your TV.
yeah. I kind of feel like it's the death knell, really, not for like Hollywood or the theater industry. Like, there will be a point where the theater industry will be able to climb back, however many years from now that'll be. But I do feel like what it is it's the end of the big budget movies, because from going forward, why would you want to spend $500 million on a movie you're just going to put on your streaming platform and 5 people are going to watch?
How are they really making their money anyway? Like, how much do they
Ticket
get
sales, merchandising, licensing fees. Like they got a variety of revenue streams for everything, but like they still have like a hefty sum that they got to pay back to investors, and still have money on top of that to cut a profit. And part of probably why WB's just dumping everything is that they're tired of putting off their investors. I'm like, yeah, like, there's not going to be much of a return on this, guys. Hopefully, if we do this, we'll get people to subscribe to our streaming site in enough numbers that we can, like, at least look good in the stock market report next quarter. And because there's a thing of, like, brands that don't really make money, but somehow make money based entirely off the fact that the stock market recognizes them. And the trading on them seems a little divorced from the reality of the companies. Like Disney, it's like very propaganda-based.
Yeah.
An illusion. Anyway, you know, I kind of feel like this girl is probably the one that should have been cast as Wonder Woman if I was the one doing the casting.
Mm-hmm. Better equipped to take on this.
Not as fully equipped as I would have ultimately chosen, but of the girls that are in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. She's got like a more interesting thing going on with her facial expressions and whatnot.
Wondering again what some of these characters' motivations are, because isn't this the porn within the porn still?
Yeah.
So, but these characters weren't introduced either.
They're just porn stars. They're basically just extras that then go off camera, and then the actual like one of the Iraqi spies is filming them, or he's like the gaff guy, or holding the boom mic or some shit. And so yeah, this is just like an extended action sequence of civilians that aren't relevant to the plot. But the girl's cute.
But we don't even know why.
They're establishing the realism that the guy's working on a porn set. And for like a Wonder Woman, like female empowerment movie, there hasn't been a lot of guys going downtown. There's only the one time I remember. But for the most part, you know, the patriarchy is seems to be in control here.
I mean, they seem to be in control. Well.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's just disgusting.
It's all disgusting.
Mm.
That is like a bad way to spread bacteria, though, going back and forth like that.
Yeah, it's a terrible idea.
Yeah, I mean, like, they're not thinking this through and shit. Oh shit! We're back!
Yes,
we've been watching the movie this whole time.
Movie. What's happening?
Yeah, let's catch up.
Hello? Let me speak with Samir. Well, if he's not there, where is he? You must have him call me at once.
I must get to the base and tell them of this possible terrorist.
Sorry, but you can't go in here.
Miss Candy, what is this about?
I don't know, sir. She just barged right in.
If you don't mind, sir, I can speak for myself. I believe I have information on a man, a possible terrorist, who has breached your borders.
Shut the door. Go on, Miss...
Diana, Prince. A man in an unmarked aircraft crash-landed on our island about a week ago.
Your island.
Yes. I apologize, I can't give you all the information as our island is classified land. But what I can tell you is that I'm under order of our queen to follow this man. She believes he's very bad, and she's never wrong.
What's his name?
Sir, I have some things I have to do. Do you mind?
Go on.
I'm unsure of his true name, but he's been living and working under the name of Mr. Smith. From what I've gathered, he's working for another government, the Iraqi government, sir. And he's been ordered to collect as much pornographic production secrets as he possibly can and take them back to his leader.
Why on earth?
I believe they think it's a great way to make money, and also I believe to take American porn stars hostage for ransom.
That's a great job you did, Miss Prince. But can you tell me one thing? Do you happen to know where this man is now?
Yes. Do you want me to take you to him now?
Please.
Oh.
What the fuck are you doing?
What are you both doing here? You're going to blow my cover.
It's already been blown.
Ugh. I knew you'd fuck this up, so I came personally. I told no one to tell you I was coming.
Dad, you didn't even tell me.
Ugh.
Wait, I am still working on this. Apparently, there's a lot more that goes on into the porno than what we see on the worldwide internet.
There's a lot more important things that we have to worry about than this. There's a woman, and she has been following you. She just spoke to Major Stevens right now. She told him everything. I tried to stop her.
Tell me more about this woman you speak of.
She was very beautiful, very tall, something kind of magical about her, as if she's very powerful.
The princess!
Are you fucking kidding me? A princess? All I see is a fuck up. We need to get out of here right away.
No. We cannot go. They are shooting right now. The double anal thing. Besides, all of this fucking has me very turned on.
Yes, I see how that could happen. You in, boss?
Well, I have come long ways.
Yes.
Okay.
We're up to the second to last of the major action set pieces for this film. This evil secretary mole spy lady who's, I guess, had herself embedded in the CIA to leak secrets to the Iraqi government. She's having some debriefing going on here with these two Iraqi lads who've come for our porn secrets.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like they already know a lot about the industry.
yeah.
They don't seem to be having any moments of confusion, or
like either that or they've been doing this together a lot and they already just kind of have a routine worked out.
all three of them. Yeah, see, he seems like he's done this a million times.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's the advantage of having experienced stuntmen occasionally step in to actually play, like, the roles in the movies.
I suppose, but I mean, should the action sequences seem... Should the performers seem so able to handle themselves in every single one of these scenarios?
Well, I mean, this is a fantasy comic book, you know, power fantasy kind of thing, you know. This isn't supposed to be like average people. These are all heroes and villains alike. They're all supposed to be like at the uppermost edge of human potential.
Sure. With no signs of weakness in any of the characters.
Yeah.
You know, it just seems a little bit one note.
No, that's a kind of a problem with a lot of modern storytelling. It's the thing that people complain a lot about Rey in Star Wars, is that she's got no character flaws. Same with Michael Burnham and Star Trek Discovery, no character flaws. She's just good at everything. And just like, look at this girl. I mean, she's like just amazingly talented at everything she's trying. She's not having to like learn any lessons to persevere.
No.
You know, she's not like having to like, she's not defeated and has to go back and get some serious training to come tackle these bad guys again. You know,
she obviously has
just
had all of her training already.
Just throwing herself right into the action. So that's pretty impressive, you know. Once again, it's nice seeing people doing their own stunts.
It is nice. I hope none of them got hurt.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff looks a little bit risky.
Just a little bit. Well, clearly, like, safety is not a concern on this set.
Clearly not.
Yeah. For one thing, like, if you're at home and you decide to, like, look up this version of Wonder Woman and watch it yourself, do not try any of this at home. This is not at all COVID safe. This is definitely how you spread germs, especially in any sort of professional environment. Like, they're on a professional movie set. It's not like they're at home.
It's not just un-COVID safe. This is just generally unsafe.
Well, having sex with two Iraqi men, it has to be unsafe.
But these guys are just interested in the secrets of the porn industry.
Well, they're definitely digging deep, trying to find out what her secrets are.
Or find her kidneys. The muscle structure required to pull off a move like that for an extended period of time.
She's definitely a multitasker. The director, though, like, way keeps going back to this one combat form. It's like every fight can't just be using the same style of kung fu, you know. I mean, it should show a little bit more variety.
She's clearly a fan.
Yeah.
I too would prefer a little bit more variety. But I mean, they're competent action sequences.
Well, what do you think of the hair and makeup? Like going with the Sinead O'Connor look?
I was gonna say, the total lack of hair.
Yeah.
And makeup.
Well, you know, for a movie about Wonder Woman, like, and it's great that they are giving these other female characters their chances to shine, but I feel like we could have stood to have at least one additional scene where we see Wonder Woman, you know, doing her thing.
Something.
Yeah,
even.
Yeah, doing anyone.
You know.
There's no, like, battle between women in this movie. You know, maybe maybe they want to have the whole thing of showing girls punching up. But it seems like a lot of times the guys are punching up into the girls. So, like, I don't know. It's sending kind of mixed messages when it comes to, like, having any kind of feminist agenda in this version of Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I might have had more woman-on-woman combat.
So I don't know if this is realistic. I mean, like, I've always gotten the impression that, like, the Saracen set's a little homophobic, and it's having a hard kind seem to be comfortable fighting this girl together like this. You think they'd want to be in separate rooms. It kind of gives away that, like, you know, these are just actors in makeup and they're not actually being cast appropriately. Like, you know, I'm sure they couldn't find any Farsi-speaking actors in Hollywood to fill these roles.
Definitely. None in sight.
Yeah.
Not in Los Angeles. I mean, we also don't know how much the reputation is true.
Yeah.
Behind closed doors.
This is true. I mean, all we are fed is just, like, you know, whatever the media feels like depicting us. I mean, like, the opinion I have of blondes, because of all the movies I've watched over my life, is probably a little distorted from how actual blondes behave in real life.
It's not really, as it turns out.
Oh, okay.
But I do hear what you're saying.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
I don't know. She might lose this one. She usually stays strong until the end.
Well, this must be like them recreating, like, you know, they're reinforcing the conditioning that they had to put on her to turn her into a mole in the first place. So this is probably how they got her to serve Saddam Hussein. They're really not giving her very many dialogue opportunities.
No.
like these guys, I give them.
What did they watch to learn their, like, who's their dialogue coach?
I know, right? You gotta give them points for, like, actually being able, like, in the midst of all, like, this fantastic action and, like, jumping over cars and dodging bullets and, like, doing karate stuff, they're still able to maintain these wonderful accents. You know?
It is pretty amazing. I'm surprised, continually.
Better than Keanu Reeves does when he's trying to do a British accent in Bram Stoker's Dracula. Like, these guys are way better actors than Keanu Reeves.
They don't have a lot of dialogue. I wonder what their study material is. They only have to learn so many phrases.
All I know is these guys got a lot of balls to be doing these stunts.
They sure do. I, for example, would not be able to do any of this.
No. Nor would you want to. I mean, like, the glitz and glam of Hollywood seems attractive until you're actually there in the thick of it, you know.
Indeed. And then it just seems...
Because it goes on and on and on.
And then they say, cut, reset, and then you gotta do it all.
Yeah.
I wonder how long it took them to film these sequences. How many times did they have to do this to get the right shots? What happened to the other guy? Did he get knocked out?
I guess he's just over there watching? No, there he's back. I guess he just kind of wanders in and out, and he's giving her some, like, a protein shake to keep her going, so she can keep her stamina up until they get through the end of this this struggle.
That's a weird thing to leave in the final cut.
Yeah.
I feel like you would...
Like, why is the bad guy helping her? I know,
Exactly.
yeah, because it's like it's a double cross.
Seems a little
It's
weird.
a double, triple cross.
Or they
It's
just...
the Iraqi triple cross.
They love the action so much that they don't want the fight scene to end.
Yeah, a war that's so fun, you don't want to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, well, yet another climactic finish to another big Hollywood Warner Brothers action sequence. Patty Jenkins, the director, like, you know, say what you will about her. That one movie she did about the guy who was doing bomb disposal in Iraq. You know, that's probably the connection. That's why she has the Iraq characters in here, because her previous movie experience was that... I wish I could remember the name of it. As guy walked around, I think it was Jeremy Renner, and he was like a bomb disposal guy, and just had that big, thick bomb suit. Hurt Locker, yes, that's the one. Yeah. That's probably why she went with this particular angle for the story, you know, because she already had experience with Iraqi actors and with the culture, and, you know, like, knew that she could, like, you know, tastefully present it to the audience. She's getting a taste.
This actress is making it look particularly tasty.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I buy it. But
Probably not, but that's because she's just, you know, able to deliver that kind of a hardcore performance.
Good fun.
Yeah?
Yes, your pussy is like juicy falafel.
Ugh.
That's him. Major?
Candy?
Princess.
Princess?
Enough, you idiots! Run! This way! Oh, shit. No, that way, come on. What the hell have you done to us? You freak of nature! Ugh, let it go.
Don't worry. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm only gonna put you into a deep sleep.
I've seen a lot of things in my time. And this tops them all. How are you?
I've been training for over 300 years for this. I think I finally found my calling. My powers, my mind, my body, they're finally becoming one. I assume you will find someone to take care of these scheming men?
Yes. Yes, of course. Oh, wait, how do I thank you? How do I show you my gratitude?
I don't need any gratitude when I've done the right thing.
Alright, so we're here, the big final climactic battle. What do you think of the depiction of Wonder Woman in this?
Well, this Wonder Woman seems completely naive throughout the entire movie. Sent on an important task anyway. And then all of a sudden at the very end, I've been training for how many hundreds of years?
300.
300 years.
300 years.
Ta-da. And then, I mean, these are not...
Yeah, but she's able to go to sleep.
Yeah, which is cool. And I would totally dig that power. But you feel like Wonder Woman would have a little more.
Yeah.
And now, she's just... These guys are duking it out. And she seems completely comfortable in this situation, which we've been led to believe that her character
is a virgin, never seen a man.
Would not be comfortable in this situation.
Like, she should be freaking out, like, right now. She's never, like, encountered anything at all like this.
Is it, like, because she puts the Wonder Woman costume on, she's all of a sudden able to put people to sleep?
Maybe, and battle the deadly sea serpent.
Yeah.
So,
just...
Yeah.
And how exactly was she training for this? Was it all sea serpents all the time?
It could have been strap-ons. Like that's what the thing that really shocks me about this is like, wow, what an opportunity for a bunch of, you know, sapphic, erotic action and not a drop of it. This has in many ways been one of the most tamest, you know, comic book movie adaptations that I've seen in terms of the stuff they've been doing. Like,
yeah,
you know, a guy ate a girl's butt out once briefly. And they do seem to have a thing for, like, grabbing the girl's ass to make sure that the camera can see her butthole. But beyond that, it's, like, all real just standard sex stuff and nothing outwardly kinky.
It's true.
The two penises got within a couple inches of each other at one point.
Yeah.
But, you know, they were real careful.
But it was, like, over her face.
Yeah, she was in between. She was protecting them from each other, you know. So, yeah, she was a human shield.
Yeah. My God, Wonder Woman.
It's like she's holding a phone. Hello? I can't hear you.
How does the dial work?
She's lost her vision and she's trying to call for help. Is this the phone? Hello? The receiver's warm. Was someone spitting on the tip of this? It's kind of wet.
Here? You get sweaty on the phone sometimes.
I don't get a dial tone.
Yeah.
But I hear someone breathing on the other end of the line. Come on, Wonder Woman, you can do this.
She's perfectly capable of doing it.
Yeah,
nobody really questions.
I'm just gonna take this from this guy.
Yeah. She's gonna
give it as good as she gets.
Go ahead and give it to him.
Yeah. She's showing she's got a real good head on her, and
this is like this is some kind of, is it sleight of hand? Or just because it looks like...
Because it's just going to the side. Kind of like you when
it looks like if he was punching her and his fist was going that far, he would just be in her...
Going up into her brain.
Yes! Okay, well this is
okay, they're both... They're tired and they need to lay down.
Okay, alright.
But they're just still determined to keep fighting. Now little girls can look up to her as a role model because she doesn't swallow. What would you rate, on a scale of 1 to 10, what rating would you give this live-action, Warner Brothers produced Wonder Woman starring Gal Gadot?
Maybe a 4.
A 4. Kind of shocked that you would only rate it a 4 out of 10, but, you know. Well, you heard it here, folks. Only a 4 out of 10 for Wonder Woman, so that does not give it a Team Waspinator official recommendation.
What's your review?
I'd give it a 4.5. Happy Krampus, everyone. We'll be back with more 12 Days of Krampus videos and more hijinks. From all of us here at Team Waspinator, to all of you, get the fuck out of here.